Yes, it is by far. It's actually pretty good breakfast. I mean,
Pretty good.
okay.
Sure. Pretty good, man.
I mean, we've been a band for a long time, and like, it's taken us 5 years to write like another 4 records. And we've never like not been completely busy, but like we've gone to like a ton of like lineup changes and like basically like never stopped touring. And then it was like now when I think about it, it's gotten to a point where it was like just like so old. But I mean, we put out like a bunch of EPs and stuff, and then it got to a point where like I graduated from college. Like the whole time I was in the band, I was in school, like taking like semesters off to like tour and stuff like that. So when I graduated from school, I actually got offered like a really cool job in New York City. So I moved, and I had also just gotten married. So like there was one big part of me that felt like, I definitely did not want to do the band anymore, but if I passed up this opportunity, I was going to be super pissed later on. So we had like a big like band meeting kind of thing where we were like, look, like none of us wants to like not do the band anymore. And those guys like never doubt like me, as far as like how into the band I am, because like I've been doing it for like 7 years. So like I told them, I was like, look, I want to move to New York City and take this fucking job, but like I definitely still want to do the band, and I'm still going to do it like 100%. And like we have to like write a fucking full-length record, and like when we write, the band really just they kind of just write songs and show up every once in a while and like just say like to keep up on it, but like I write my lyrics like to music and stuff like that. So I ended up moving, and they just started writing. They were still practicing like 3 or 4 times a week, and we were playing like every once in a while. It was like a lot more time to like really like remove ourselves from like being on the road and like all that shit, and like really like kind of like have a fresh new look at what we're trying to do. And so then when it came time, it was like maybe like 9 months, almost a year after I moved away. We were ready to record the record, and Trustkill has always been like a big really involved in the band. He's a good friend and stuff. So we were like wanted to make like amazing records. And he gave us the okay to like spend a lot more time in the studio and a little bit more money than like we ever have in the past. So like we got to record at Salad Days in DC with Brian McTernan, and he did like the latest Caven record and the latest Drowning Man, and like he's done a lot of awesome stuff, and like he just did new hot water music and shit like that. From our perspective, like we've always had like a sound that you can't really categorize, and like a lot of people just lump us in with like metal hardcore, and then those kids don't really necessarily like us because we're not like good at that, you know what I mean? But we never really saw ourselves as that, so it was like cool to have a kid like Brian involved who's like one of our band the whole time, but never really like he's into so many different things that he brought like a really cool perspective to the sound, and like did make us sound like a real like a metal band, It's not. So like brought out the sound of our band, and like the songs were like really good, but then it was cool to have like some like professional like expertise. He really added a lot of input. Changed up some stuff. But just from like the songwriting to like the content and like the artwork and the production and everything, it's like a completely fucking kick-ass like record, and we're super psyched about it. And the best thing about it is like, if I start talking too much, but like, I mean, from my perspective, like, I've always had like an idea of what the band was. Like, it was more like an attitude than a sound, but like, I always kind of had it in my head, but like, it seemed just like no one ever like really got it, and it was partly because it never really came across correctly on the record. But like this record, I feel like it's finally like I can say it like hold record and be like, this is my band, and then people listen to it and go, okay, cool, and because we've like been around for a long time, and you know, most people at least like know who we are, and like most people already have an opinion about us, and a lot of it's like negative because of what, you know, because of what they think we are or whatever. This record is just like the best thing about it is it's really like the initial response has been from people who don't like us that like holy shit, this is awesome. Like,
So do you think it's just the maturity of the band and like the changes in your life being there and all that?
Yeah,
that
totally.
made it better.
I mean, like moving away, like I've lived in Erie my whole life, and it's like an awesome place to live and grow up. But like, you know, it's just like I've always wanted to leave, and when I did, it was just like crazy. Like especially to a place like New York, where it's just like completely saturated with like all kinds of influences, like cultural and like, you know, just like, and it's really like fast paced, and it's just awesome, and it was really like stimulating and like help my writing and all that shit. So it's
You're the man, I'm the boss of.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You better go.
I will try. It's only about a 10-hour drive for me, but I'll try.
But you have to, or I'll come to your house and find you.
Okay.
Alright?
But remember, you're not the boss of me.
I am the boss of
She
you.
thinks she's the boss of it, but she's not. Okay, we'll catch you next time.
Will you just wait?
Friday, May 4th.
Okay.
What are your favorite songs on the album?
I love the first one, I Shot JFK, 2 Week Notice. I like Someone's Under. Do you have the record? You heard it? Okay.
I've heard 90%.
Okay, I'll get it. So, yeah, it's like, those songs to me are just like, they're just like, you know, conceptually they're super awesome. Whatever. I'm not like, I don't think I'm super cool or anything because of it, but like, I'm just super psyched, you know, like, they're kind of like a culmination of like all the things that I'm into, and then they're like, it's cool because like I watch the X-Files and stuff, so it's like cool, like talk about like secret spy government assassination stuff in our songs, but like, you know, like I just wrote another brand new song that's like from the perspective of like a secret like government agent guy who like falls in love with a girl he sees every day, but like he can't like know her because then he'd have to kill her, you know? So like that's really ridiculous and like kind of rock and roll, but when you think about it, it's like the songs all are like analogies for like real life stuff, you know? It's just like, to me that's like, it's just about like people who are afraid to like, you know, express who they really are to people because they're afraid, you know? And like they don't want to be like rejected or whatever, and then because of that they become like emotionally retarded, you know? Like kind of like my dad or something, you know what I mean? Like just like completely unable to like show how they feel and stuff. And there's tons of people that are like that, so it's like all that kind of stuff we try to like it's hard to be like a band that's about stuff about being like preachy, you know? So it's like it's cool for me to try to like, you know, make something that's like semi like political or like social commentary like disguised as like entertainment. So it's like, so I'm not, we're not up there like saying oh, blah 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 and people like, you know what I mean? It's just like, it's like you get into it because it's like fun and interesting, and then like afterwards, like maybe like a couple months later, like oh shit, that's like pretty cool, you know?
Yeah, because it's like, I Shot JFK is, you think it was political when the album cover, you think it was political, like, you know, a political song, and then you just listen to it, and it's more
just
about people.
Yeah, right?
But is it, do you have a thing with the JFK thing? Is it like sorted, or is it totally?
No, I mean, like you said, it's like, it's about it, but like, there's like a whole nother like analogous thing that you get where it's just like, it's about like people and like information and like, you know, how it's like manipulated so easily, you know? Because it's like, I mean, on one hand, I really like read about that kind of stuff, but like, you know, no one really fucking knows. So it's like, it's that's, to me, it's something that's like completely like cool to like manipulate because, you know, it's like you can do whatever you want with it, you know what I mean? It's like, who fucking knows? I mean, obviously, I didn't kill John Kennedy because I'm only 27 years old, but whatever, you know, it's like, it's just like fun, you know, whatever. you know, like I said, just like trying to like I always thought that like art in general, like whether it's like a painting or like a song or whatever, the coolest things are when they're like you look at it and like it might be like cool or whatever, but like the more you look at it over a period of time, it becomes more and more of the time. You know what I mean? Like it becomes more and more apparent over like if you just get like something and you read it and you know exactly what it's about, like the first time it's like it's done. You know what I mean? But like if you read it like 10 or 12 times, and you're like every time you're like, oh, holy shit, you know, it like dawns on you more and more. So I try to like hopefully do that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So as far as touring, what are you gonna do next?
Well, we did 2.5 months already. We did the whole U.S. with Poison the Well and Martyr, and then we went to Europe for 2 weeks. So we did all that like before it even came out with just like we had like 2 song samples, just trying to like take care, guys. Just to like let everybody know because we were kind of like out of the picture for like a year, so we were trying to just kind of like let everybody know that we're still like a band and we're still like, you know, we have a new record coming out, blah blah blah. So that was cool, and now we're just like, now that the record's actually out, we're like playing just like weekend shows for a little bit, but then June 1st we're doing 3 weeks like on the West Coast with On Earth, and then we come home for like 5 days, and then we do 10 days with Stretch Armstrong, and that's like kind of like Northeast, like Midwest stuff. We're playing like Furnace Fest, Cornerstone, Hellfest, all that shit, and then
Monster Fest?
nope.
Crazy Fest?
No, we didn't get asked to play Crazy Fest. We played it last
That's
year.
the only
but,
one that's close other than the
I know. I guess we were cool enough this year. But I mean, whatever. You know, we're playing like we're still playing like Louisville twice, like you know everywhere else around there. So like, hopefully.
Oh, I'm sure. Columbus, Louisville.
Yeah, we're playing Dayton. Yeah, it's very close. It's kind of far, but I'm playing Erie. So next.
See, that's not. How was it in here? Because it's not really close to anything. Is it a big town here?
It's the 3rd largest city in Pennsylvania, but it's pretty much like it's a cool place to like grow up and live, I guess, because it's kind of cheap, but it's like the cost of living is super low, but there's not really like anything going on, kind of. But it's like I was kind of saying tonight, like places like that are on one hand they suck because of that reason, but on another hand, it really forces you, like, if you have the desire to, like use every resource to, like, make things happen, you know, rather than, like, some big town where everyone's spoiled, you know, so it's like, because there's not a lot of stuff to do, we have, like, a fucking giant hardcore scene, like, when we play, like 500 kids come, so it's pretty fucking cool, you know, but that, you know, didn't happen overnight. It's been, like, taking years and years of work building it up, so. But yeah, I mean, it's like the cool thing about it is it's like right in between Cleveland, Buffalo, and Pittsburgh, so a lot of people travel. So that's really cool. But it's you know, yeah, right, exactly. And like Syracuse is like 4 hours. A lot of kids come down from there, and then just like different places in Pennsylvania. So yeah, it's never really been like a regular stop for like touring bands, but we have like a really scene. So like, I mean, for years, like, there was no fucking band that could headline over like us or just like, and it's still kind of that way. Like no victory bands or anything like that. Like, they would just get like blown away or anything else because it's just like, you know, everyone's like really into like you. And it's really cool. So,
I'm sorry.
no, I'm
Okay. So what are the like personally? You went to school for like graphic design.
Oh, cool.
You also do tattoos. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. You do tattoos?
Yes.
You got a studio?
Well, when I was on tour, I worked at a tattoo shop full time, but then I went on tour. And
So that was your job that you got?
oh, well, no, actually, I got a job doing graphic design, and then I was tattooing like on the weekends, but then I was kind of like wanting to put more into tattooing, so I started tattooing full time. But now I work back at that place where I was working doing graphic design. Like it has a freelance service 2 days a week, and then I just tattoo out of it. Which is kind of cool. It kind of sucks, you know. But like, I mean, it's still like legit. Like, I don't know, like, yeah, like. So, but yeah, it's really cool. It's actually cool because I have a lot more time to like work on my own shit and like, you know, do stuff. Like I'm doing a new stretch on Charleston record. Like the whole fucking layout. It's a really giant, annoying project. It's like a CD, a digipack, an LP, and 2 posters. It's get that mine's on 60. I'm nearly done.
It's not too far away.
Yeah. So.
Any other stuff? Any album-wise or?
Well, I mean, I've done tons of stuff in the past. Like I did an Earth Crisis record. I've done like a ton of like crazy like stuff through my job, like for bands that you would fucking come out league. Like I did like Slipknot stuff, System of a Down. But the way I got the job is I did a Sepultura shirt, like because of Earth Crisis was on tour. And the drummer for Sepultura straight in and stuff. He was like all into hardcore. So he's like apparently like he knew who I was and stuff, which I still fucking believe, but he was really into it, so I did a shirt for those guys, and they used the artwork, you know, and like a single, like a record, and I just saw him like on this tour, and like I gave him a new record and like a shirt, and then like 2 weeks later, like a bunch of people emailed me like pictures of him wearing it and stuff like that. Those dudes are like totally fucking cool. So I was like, but that's just all weirdness, you know.
But have you done tattoos for rock stars? Any big rock stars? Hardcore stars?
Not really. I've done, you know, like the guys like Snap. But like they're like just it's funny, you know. But yes, I don't know. I haven't really done any like big crazy beats.
Alright, so what about the hardcore scene? I mean, is like commercial success, is that something that you would like, that you want to achieve, or care less about?
I mean, I don't do it for that, but if it came, like, and I didn't have to compromise, like, what we're about, like, I would totally embrace it, because, like, I feel like the motivation for me doing this band in the first place, and the fact that I've, like, done it all this time, like, even when it was completely ungrateful, is just because, like, I really equate everything, like, all my reasons, like, all my beliefs about, like, hardcore and punk and, like, you know, my motivations for like being involved, and especially like nowadays it's more like a motivation to try to change it because I see so much stuff wrong with it. Like those are the reasons why I do the band. You know, it's like it's not about me or like us as like musicians or like, you know, being like rock stars or anything like that. You know, because if it was, we would have stopped doing it like 4 years ago. You know, so it's just like it's always been like necessary for me to have like something to believe in, and like, you know, when we're on tour in fucking bumblefuck like Texas, and there's like 20 kids that fucking been away from home for a month, all broke and dirty and stinky and hungry and all that shit. It's like at least I can say, well, this is why I'm here. You know what I mean? So it's like I just feel like no matter what, no one could ever tell me like you're not fucking hardcore or you're not punk or whatever, because I'd fucking smack them, you know? I'd be like, you spend a fucking year of your life living in a fucking band and tell me who's punk, you know what I mean? And it's just like, you know, and I really see like, you know, not like this is the plan or anything, but like, if you look at music in general, like hardcore or like, you know, huge commercial music, it's like, as far as like the sound, it's gotten like terribly like close, you know what I mean? Like bands like Papa Roach or like, you know, like Linkin Park or any of that stuff. It's like there's a lot of like hardcore bands that sound
Corporate alternative.
yeah. So it's like it's kind of scary like how close they've come, like at least sound wise. But like when you look at like those kinds of bands, like big huge bands, like whoever the fuck it is, it's like they're still definitely not like saying anything cool. And like if you look at like a band like Rage Against the Machine, like that's a band that everyone fucking likes because it's good music and because they say like cool ass shit. And it's like I would love to like have every fucking kid read the lyrics on a Rage Against the Machine record and like fucking go out and like kick ass, you know what I mean? Rather than like you know, just some like stupid pop fucking romance, like, you know, bullshit about like you know, I'm pretending I'm still in like the 50s or in like high school, like falling in love with girls, you know, like that kind of crap. It's like, and you know, that shit is like a lot of the stuff that fucking hardcore bands and like popular like indie hardcore bands sing about. And to me, it's fucking a waste of time, you know. So it's like I see like a big gap in music where it's like, where like I would love to have like somebody fucking make music that like was really accessible to kids, because like if you look at like some kid who lives in like Oklahoma or something, the only way they have to buy music is at like fucking Hot Topic or in the mall, you know. It's just like, you know, fuck it, you know, if they can buy a fucking cool record, you know, it's like commercial but cool, fucking it, you know what I mean? Like hardcore is never gonna reach that fucking kid, you know. So it's just like, it's just like a way for them to like get into it, you know what I mean? It's like you know, like when I was young, I wasn't born listening to fucking hardcore records, you know what I mean? Like I was into like other stuff and then like found it, you know. It's just like, if it's just for people in like areas of the world, it's just like inaccessible to them. It's unrealistic. They would have like hardcore that would fall out of the sky into their lap, you know what I mean? And like also the other thing I see is like nowadays, like if you have like bands like those like that I mentioned, or like Slipknot or whatever, like on one hand those bands are like have done like a lot because they've really gotten like young kids who are like pissed off to like really like embrace their like anger and be like, yeah, like fuck work and fuck school and stuff like that. But it's like, what do they do with that like anger? You know, it's just kind of like sitting there. It's just like, to me, it's like I just want to run up and like jump on stage and be like, okay, now you're pissed off, like, this is what you do with it, you know what I mean? Because no one's fucking saying that, you know, and like, if that fucking opportunity was ever given to me, I'd fucking take it, because, you know, it's just like, I would feel guilty if I didn't, you know? It's like,
this is also sort of, well, this Slipknot, they got Hate on us, they got the premiere side of the road.
right.
You know, that's good, they're helping out.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely like, I mean, I fucking listen to Slipknot, you know what I mean? I listen to fucking Papa Roach, I listen to Linkin Park. They're fucking good bands, you know? Like, on one hand, I feel like I'd rather listen to something like that because it actually like sounds awesome, you know what I mean? Like, it's like amazing like production. Like when you're into music for a long time, like those are things that you like seek out, you know what I mean? But like I said, I feel like there's something missing when you make these bands so fucking cool. I mean, obviously I listen to fucking punk and hardcore and all that shit. I listen to tons of different music, you know. I don't want people think I only listen to like Slipknot records, but I fucking, you know, I fucking work. The place I work is owned by Roadrunners, so I'm there all the time. Really great. Yeah, I fucking, you know, it's like I do fucking shirts for these bands, you know what I mean? So it's, on that hand, it's pretty cool because it's like, it's cool to be involved with like on a level where I'm like making a living with like music, you know, like I can dress however I want. I got a fucking tattoo on my neck. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So, but like with Hatebreed on Ozfest, like maybe VOD, Earth Crisis, some of those bands like that that kind of got mediocre success, or at least evolved from you know hardcore and kind of got dissed by the scene. Do you worry about that as far as like, does that mean a lot to you? Because it seems like you hear these bands play for years and years in this scene and everybody loves them, and then one good thing happens where they might make enough money to support the family or something, and they suck.
Well, I mean, that's obviously from like people who are naive about things. It's like, and like I've always like, from the start of this fucking band, we've never been like completely embraced by the hardcore scene. We always sounded different. So it's like I've always felt like behind every line, so to speak, where it's like I felt like I had to fucking prove to these people things. But it's like, so there's a large part of me that feels like I've been like, you know, early on in the band, I felt really restricted to what I would do and say because I felt like held hostage by like hardcore kids. And it's just like, then I finally realized it's like, well, these reasons why I'm afraid to like say the stuff that I think is because like these people are way fucking more, you know, way less intelligent than me, and it's just like I don't, like I owe it to myself and like to my like least fucking hardcore to say what's on my fucking mind, especially if I think that what's going on like inside these rooms is fucking bullshit, you know. So it's just like, you know, and like I said before, like someone wants to fucking like, you know, tell me that like I'm not fucking hardcore because like we play like a big show or whatever like that, or like, you know, God forbid we have like we're in a position where we could make, you know, make a fucking living. It's just like I would fucking tell them, you know, go ride around in a fucking van for a year and then call me, you know what I mean? Because I fucking did that, you know, like I did the math one day. I fucking sat down and I figured out like since I met my wife, I've been on the road, like gone for over a year. You know, like out of like 5 years knowing this person, like who I fucking married, like I've been gone for a whole fucking giant portion of that time. You know, it's like it's fucking insane. You know, so it's like, I mean, everyone in this band like has paid our dues. You know, so I don't feel like being able to like do the same thing that we're doing and pay your bills at the same time is fucking wrong in any way. You know what I mean? So it's like, and then also if you look at it this way, it's like there's bands like,
You gotta help me with this jump.
like a band like H2O who's in that same position right now. You know, like they have like this huge fucking record just coming out that like is like their record, but it's like kind of like poppy. You know, and it's like I fucking love H2O and I support the fucking shit out of them. And like they're gonna trade fucking different kids hate them for fucking 1,000 kids that love them. You know what I mean? And that's great because they're still singing about the same shit. And if you know, if they're like turning like kids on to like, you know, whatever they're singing about, like it's CBD or whatever they want to fucking talk about. You know, it's like that. To me, that's one of their big things. Is like there's fucking people who's straight edge and people who aren't straight edge, and like, you know, it's just like cool. You know what I mean? They're singing about like fun, happy, like poppy, hardcore shit. You know, it's just like if kids fucking get into that, that's pretty ass to me. You know? Because those dudes, you know, they've been involved in fucking pumping hardcore for as long as most of these kids who are talking shit about life. So fuck, you know what I mean?
So can you see Brothers Keeper doing another album for you?
Yeah, totally. I mean, like, since we recorded Fancy Killer, we left for that tour. A weekend of the tour, our guitar player quit. Then 2 weeks later, our drummer quit. They finished the tour, but like when we got home, and they were like, "Well, we'll play until you get something else." And we were like, "Well, we're still friends and we support what you do, but fuck off. Like, we're gonna find a new band." So we got a new band. Like, you know, we got 2 new guys, and like they're so like energetic about it and like psyched that it's really like brought a new wind to us. And we've already written like 3 new songs. So like we're gonna still do what we gotta do for this record, but like, you know, still like push ahead. You know, like we're gonna demo stuff. And try to see what happens.
Okay, what about like a cover song album? You've done a lot, right? You've done Danzig,
Yeah.
Bad Brains.
We did, we recorded 5 Misfits songs. We played Hellfest last year, we played a full set of Misfits covers. And like, we had already recorded like a record of Misfits covers, but it just never came out, like it's still like, whatever. Like, I don't even fucking care now because it's so old, but, you know. And, yeah, we talked about doing like, just like a series of like tribute records, like on our own. But we always wanted them to be this like kind of like rare, hard to find shit just for like people who were into it. Because like everyone in our band is into completely different music, like so it's hard to like it's actually really hard to like decide on covers, you know, because like someone's always like, "What is this shit?" You know what I mean? So that's one of the weird things about our band is it's like when we're in the band, we can't even decide on where to fucking be. Or like a CD to play. Like everyone on tour brings like disc fans, you know, and like no one listens to the same shit. So it's like on one hand you would think it would be like impossible to write music that we all like, but like somehow it works out. But I think that's why our bands no one really gets it because like there's so many different like influences coming out. But I mean there's weird bands like that we all agree on, Public Enemy, Quicksand or something, you know, like so it's like
Rival schools.
yeah, it's awesome. It's so good. I gotta hear it.
Well, I've heard the 2 songs that they have on the internet. I've got to get an interview with Will. I've never heard the whole Quicksand story of the live record. You know, they came back in '98.
Yeah, they did that too.
I was like, because they did a new song.
They wrote a whole record, I heard.
It was that I thing. Anyway, off the subject. What about the Public Enemy? What did you do on it? What did you come
The Hex thing? Is that what you're talking about?
I don't know. I heard Public Enemy tribute.
Oh, there's like a. Well, we were actually gonna do like a series just like 7 inches on our own, but then we just got like kind of too busy. But then there's a kid who's actually putting one out. Like this big guy who does that. He's done a couple records too. He was putting it together, and like we're supposed to do that, but we haven't like, started working. We're gonna do Black Steel. We'll see if it happens.
All right, last song, Napster. What do you think? Help, hurt, life, this one, personally, as far as the hardcore scene?
Honestly, like I never really like even really got involved to the point where I like understood it completely. But then I read an interview with Trustkill, and he said a lot of stuff that really made sense to me. Cause like, and I don't know like enough about it to like say this is what I think about it, but you know. I guess he cited that there was research on that 85% of people who download the music still buy the records. So it's just like from the perspective of the band who's like just starting out, it's just like we managed to like have our record recorded and done for like 6 months before it came out. It never hit the concert, which is pretty fucking cool. But the day after it came out, it was on there. You know, so it's like, but there are a lot of people that like, you know.
Well, like here, I bet you'd have a hard time finding your album, you know, unless you were in town.
Exactly.
Anywhere.
Yeah, totally. And it's just
like
like,
we can hear it.
yeah, like a kid came up to me, we played in Syracuse last week, and he came up to me and was like, oh, you guys were awesome. He's like, that one song, Someone's Gonna Die Tonight, this song's awesome. I was like, oh, cool, did you check out the new record? He's like, nah, man, I got that shit off Napster. I was like, well, thanks a lot, you fucking dick, you know? But then I thought about it, and I was like, you know, like, the end result really, like, isn't to sell records, it's to just, like, have fucking kids be turned on to it, and, like, hopefully they take something home from it. So it's like, fuck, you know what I mean? Like, I guess, like, yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. And I think, like, you know, like I said, if the majority of people actually still buy the record, that's fucking cool. You know, but, like, if some kid in, like, you know, like, Indonesia or something, like, couldn't have, like, I get a lot of emails from, like, kids who, like, live in, like, crazy countries who just can't afford to buy, like, hardcore records, because it's, like, seriously, like, their families, like, can't make enough money for them to buy them, so it's just, like, sometimes they'll write me, and I'll just fucking send them, like, a bunch of shit, you know, so it's, like, if they, you know, if they can do that, that's fucking cool, you know, so, fucking.
Well, anything you want to say to your fans?
My fans. I have fans. Geez, I don't know. Hopefully everyone will be curious about something they heard in this interview, and they might want to check out our band in general or the record. So we hope you do. Take the time to like be open-minded about the stuff, and hopefully you'll be somewhat impressed or enthused. And thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Website addresses?
www.trustkill.com for the majority of stuff for the label and all the other bands. Then we have fantasykiller.com is the official Brothers Keeper site. But there's also an unofficial one done by Damon, the Brothers Keeper 814. So, cool. Sweet. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Is that okay? Was it fun?
It's gonna be great.
You got, what is it?
Right up.
Check it out.
Yeah, make sure you give me your email address. And
I will.
I'll make sure.
I don't know, this probably might break this off. It's on.
All right.
Shit.
Wait, we gotta do something really homosexual.
West Virginia. Hook you needed.
You can't take any act of manliness around here and not try to do something like that.
No blood.
In Tallahassee, we burn cars. We kill people and then they like videotape it. Did you go to last prison? Did you see a bunch of people jump on stage?
What?
Yeah.
That's Tallahassee.
Yeah, that was on the drive. Huh?
That was like that. Hey Mike, did you get on stage? Did you get on stage during Good Clean Funny? That wasn't you, right? Like Crazy Fest?
Just go.
When did you do this combined? Do I ever lose? Yeah. Sweet as fuck. I think so. Shit.
So anyway, you got 12 cars.
Another 5 I just got.
There, I did mine.
Okay, I got something now.
That wasn't as dramatic,
Oh, that thing's out.
Somebody set it on fire!
I'm working on it.
No, that's.
Lose money?
Dang! Please tell me your back isn't pinched underneath that.
Now, why are we doing this anyway? Why are they doing
We
this?
got the next jackass on
Oh, shirt!
Probably that wasn't the...
Normal. That's why you got harder than that kid that mug shot.
Oh, it's a good thing you changed shirts.
Look at this. Wow. For the love.
He hit the ground harder than when Mike Ski hit that kid.
Right.
Alright guys, the table's done. Let's take a part.